Ever feel that you aren't able to get the ladies to swoon over you, no matter what you do, while some guys do it effortlessly? Hey, you're not the first man to feel that. There are plenty of guys who, even though they somehow land a girl who's a beauty, cannot get things going. That is common among men. They lack some traits that other guys make up for. Don't worry, we have you covered, because we will discuss secret lab formulas that only the guys in the top brass know. Even though they tried to keep it a secret, we got insider information on things that will arouse any girl you want. By the end of this video, you are guaranteed to become the living embodiment of Casanova. Number 7. Risk to earn. An adventurous soul is fundamental if you want to turn on any woman. Living a boring life will portray a bland personality, and having a dull character is a huge turnoff for women. A nature that pushes the limits can be enough for a woman to turn on. The reason is that it not only puts your heart in a pond full of adrenaline syrup, but also compels others to feel the same about your actions. Imagine that you jumped off a cliff with a parachute on, or jumped off a cliff into the ocean. What both of these situations have in common is that they are full of risks, and nothing can be sexier than doing these acts in front of a female audience. However, it doesn't mean you risk your life. Always take calculated risks around the girl you want to turn on. Avoid acts such as gambling because those are handled in a negative sense. Always keep trying new things when she is around and take things to the next level, but keep a safety margin as well, because committing suicide to impress won't be a good move. Number 6. Funny is sexy. Research has shown that women subconsciously seek specific traits in men with whom they want to bond. These traits include intelligence, creativity, and an adventurous spirit. Such traits signal that this man has good genes within him, and subconsciously, women want to bond with that kind of person. It enhances a person's sexual attractiveness. Therefore, they can land many women. Remember Barney Stinson from the show How I Met Your Mother? He is the perfect example of how a man with good humor is able to interact with top women. Good humor can be a huge factor in the sexual selection of women, primarily if you practice self-deprecating humor while in a position of power, such as the CEO of any company. It will take your sexual attractiveness to a new level. The same goes for the reverse situation as well. If you are not in a position of power, joking as if you are can also enhance your chances of turning women on sexually. Number 5. Ooze, the alphaness within you. Good self-esteem is critical because it tells the opposite gender that this man is comfortable with himself. Keep in mind that having confidence is different from having self-esteem. You can acquire confidence externally by wearing good clothes and having good hygiene, but having self-esteem is something you can only achieve by working on your mentality. A person with high self-esteem is considered extremely attractive to women and can turn them on easily. It does not mean they are cocky about themselves, because that is not liked by women. If you have high self-esteem, you will automatically be seen as someone who can provide a safe and stable environment in a serious relationship. You can illustrate having high self-esteem by showing her that you can let go of toxic relationships and relationships that will harm you down the line. Explain to her that you have realistic expectations of yourself, not something out of this world. Finally, always make sure that you portray yourself as a person who does not dwell on the past, but instead looks forward to the future. Number 4. She's a diamond. You don't want to get friend-zoned, do you? Nobody likes to be in that position, but they end up in it due to their actions. You must be confident to turn on the girl of your dreams. Make her feel like she's the only person on your mind in a respectful way. Be flirtatious with her, but don't objectify her. According to many studies, it has been scientifically proven that female sexual desire can also be affected by her being desirable to the opposite gender. That means being attractive is not the only way to turn her on. Making her feel desired is also essential. It is a fact that no one talks about, but we just conveyed to you the secret formula. Do things like whisper in her ear in a room full of people, or try something subtle, such as responding to her social media stories with flirtatious messages. Nighttime is a time of vulnerability, so try accompanying her through the night, whether by being physically present or through any social media messaging app. Tell them that you were randomly thinking about them, and if you are in a little comfort zone with her, try to sexualize that thought a bit when describing it to her. Number 3. Learn her love map. Another fun fact for you is that research has shown that women generally tend to be with men who have similar physical and emotional attributes as they do. If you have similar interests and hobbies, it is more likely that she will be turned on. The general qualities women desire are having a certain level of assertiveness, being physically healthy, and the ones we described above. Remember that these are only general attributes. Every person has a different feature that will turn them on. So try to learn the qualities she seeks in a man and imitate them to turn her on. Relationships are like chemical reactions. For these relationships to work, chemistry must be present on either side of the bond. So, for example, if you are looking for a confident and assertive woman, you have to show that you are also confident and bold. Inherently, this will turn her on and make you desirable in her eyes. So mirror her personality and behavior to the best of your ability, and don't be too obvious about it. Just slide that in a casual manner. Number 2. Avoiding turn-offs is a turn-on. Avoid bad habits and rid yourself of lousy hygiene. Rid yourself of anything repulsive. Stop acting like a hobo and get your act together. You can't complain that she's not turned on by your presence and then have bad breath at the same time. That's just dumb. Here's a scientific fact. Our disgust for bad smells is a defense mechanism to avoid any infectious disease, and having a foul odor will take precedence over visual attractiveness. It means that just because you have worn good clothes doesn't mean you suddenly become attractive when, all the while, your breath can be smelled from a mile away. The science behind good sense is intense and almost always needs to be addressed. Research says that women are hugely turned on when a man walks by them and they get a whiff of a good smell. That, coupled with looking good, creates an aura of attractiveness around you. So always dress elegantly and try to show that you put effort into your looks. Get a haircut, freshen up your beard, and don't follow stupid fashion fads. Keep your style clean. Wear perfumes with a muted tone and more earthy smells, such as musk. Number 1. Scars are lucky. Having minor scars is a massive turn-on for women, according to research. Remember the character Khal Drogo from the famous Game of Thrones, which Jason Momoa played? He became so famous after his debut in that show because of the scar that was present over his eyebrow. Scars are attractive for women because they add personality to a person's character. And whether or not people like to accept it, being a little masculine is appealing to women and is a massive turn-on for them. Having a minor scar shows you have an interesting backstory unique to yourself. Even though people consider having scars over your body to be a stereotypically masculine thing, and some may even go to the extreme by calling it misogynistic, the fact remains backed up by many types of research that women find scars attractive. Also, remember that there is a difference between minor and significant scars. You have to judge according to the situation which types of scars you have to conceal and which ones you have to flaunt, because large self-inflicted scars will portray mental instability, which is not desirable and is a turnoff for many women. Conclusion. So, these are the things that you must do to get her attention and turn her on sexually. Remember that each point has been thought through vigorously, and if you stick to these things, you will get what you want. Always keep in mind that being genuine and respecting women's boundaries will portray a positive image of your personality. If things still don't work out in the end, try not to be pushy or pathetic, but instead, move on, because there are plenty of fish in the sea. If you have made it this far, comment down below with the word 100% so we know that you watched the entire video. For more interesting topics, make sure you watch the recommended video that you see on the screen right now. Thanks for watching.